Hello, happy Thursday. Kathy, I was just reading your message. Your Easter cards are done. Now you're getting ready for Mother's Day. Now, Easter, I think, is at the end of March, correct? And I think I'm going to use, let me pull it out here. I think I am going to use this Excellent Eggs. Isn't that cute? I think that's what I'm going to use for Easter. That'll be exciting. Cute little bunny. Hey, Dew. Liara is watching a show on your computer. Oh, I don't know how you can watch anything on your phone. It's just too little. All right. Before we get started, I'm using the Cutest Cows tonight. Like right here. And it's got really cute little images. And I used one of the cows on this one. This one, I used the Punch Cow Builder. Isn't he cute? And I created a shaker card. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. But I just wanted to remind you, and I have my iPad here. Everybody knows that I have my ordering special. If you place an order during the month of February, you will get a free package of embellishments and the PDF to my craft box for this month. And the craft box uses the Forever Love, I think it's Forever Yours, Forever Love designer series paper. So you'll get the PDF to that. And in addition, if you order and it's by tomorrow, and you can take advantage of Celebration also, if you spend $50, you get a choice of a free set of blends. Just an anniversary. It's my 5-year anniversary with Stampin Up, and February was my birthday. So you'll get your free celebration, a free set of blends, a free PDF, and a free pack of embellishments. So you just can't go wrong this month. Lots of free things. All right, so let's get started. You can't type. Oh, okay, because the keyboard is broken. Oh, geez. All right, so let's get started. Let's do this one here first. And I am going to, let me grab my paper. We're using an old olive card base, okay? And the designer series paper is actually the day of a day at the farm, 12 by 12. I had this for sale and it didn't sell, so I figured I would use it. It has some cute little farmy type paper that's perfect for these cows. And we're going to start out with Old Olive 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay. And then we're going to layer it up, of course. And I think I'm going to have to use my cut and emboss machine. So we have another layer of Old Olive, and this measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then I have a basic white layer that's 5 1/4 by 4. And let me see what I did with it. It's in my basket. Nope. All right, hold on one second. I gotta see what I did. Here it is. So I'm going to use that basket weave embossing folder. And as you'll remember, the side with the Stampin' Up logo is the front of the embossing folder. So we're just going to line up this basic white, and I'm going to run it through the cut and emboss machine really quick. My table where my cutter is a mess. So everything is on there and you just about find anything on it. All right. So it has a really nice basket weave. You can use either side, but this side is really nice. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Hello, hello, Facebook user. Is that you, Karen? All right, so we're going to use some glue to adhere this. Now I want to make sure I use enough because there's so many grooves in this basic white with the embossing folder. And we just want to line this up and add it to our old olive layer. And I want to get it on here straight if I can. So I'll let you in on a little secret. My birthday didn't turn out the way I had planned. and isn't that always the way? That's my life in a nutshell. I got up yesterday morning and I go through my emails and, check to see what's new, look at the news, and just while I'm having my coffee, check my emails, look at the news, see what's happening in the world, and then I check my bank account. It's just a habit. I do it all the time. I keep a running total in my head. I know exactly where and when I use my card. All right, so hey Karen, I'm telling you right now, it did not turn out the way I expected. So I'm going to my bank account. All right, we're gonna pop this up 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then here's that designer series paper, 4 by 2 3/4. So I open up my, go to my online banking, and there are 5 $9.99 charges to Apple. That happened overnight. I didn't get up. I woke Bill up and asked him if he had done it, and he didn't. So I had to call fraud protection. This is 6 o'clock in the morning. So, of course, when I called, because I called, they canceled my debit card and gave me a very tiny little bit of credit on my debit card. I don't keep cash. I used to. Now I'm going to pop this up. I used to keep cash in my wallet, and then for some reason I stopped. Well, you know darn well I'm going to start doing it again. And so I had no cash on me. The amount of credit they gave was not enough for anything. So my birthday was a bust. I ended up cooking. I cleaned the house. Didn't go get a birthday cake. Nothing. So it was a normal day. And I'm glad actually I did call and that they did cancel my debit card, because I got up this morning and there was 2 more charges on my debit card today, or for the 21st, but it must have happened later in the day. So $90 worth of 6, 7, yeah, $90 worth of charges to Apple. So goodness knows what they bought. All right, so here's the front of the card. And like I said, this is that Day at the Farm Designer Series paper. So this is the back side of this paper. Okay, and that's what we're going to be using on the second card. All right, so I am going to grab a scrap piece of paper, and we are going to stamp the cow's head. Now, I have everything in this little box. There he is. So we have his head, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to fussy cut. I just noticed I did not fussy cut the cow's head. So, but I can do it quick while we're talking. All right, so we're going to grab the little cow, and we're just going to stamp his head right there. Now, I use the scalloped layering oval. I love these ovals, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of them. That's why you see them all the time. I just like them. And I think ovals, they really should have kept them. I don't think Stampin' Up! Should get rid of our squares, our rectangles, our ovals, or our circles. I think they are stamps that we should always have. That's just my opinion. All right, so I'm going to take the oval, and this is the one that is about 2 7/8 long. And I'm going to grab some old olive, and I am going to grab the grass. And I'm also, while I'm down here looking in my box, let's see what I did with it. There it is. I'm going to grab my congratulations. Now I have all my stamps that I need. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this oval. I'm going to grab my memento. And here is the cow that's laying down. So we're going to take him, and we are going to stamp him right about in the center. All right, so we have his little body right in the center. I'm actually going to grab my congratulations, and while I'm thinking about it, let's just stamp this congratulations down here on the bottom. And it's probably a little, oh, no, not too bad. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, they definitely do need a different job. It's very annoying. It just ruined my whole day. I wasn't a happy camper all day yesterday. All right, so let's grab some grass. We're just going to put some grass. Whoops, that was crooked. So let's add another one. And we'll do the same over here. All right, let's wipe that off. All right, so we got some grass. We've got our cow. And before I fussy cut this little guy, I am just going to color him in. Now I'm going to grab my light basic black, and it's almost like a gray. So we're just going to color in that cute little tuft of hair. And then I'm going to grab my light smoky slate, and I'm just going to come down around his face. We're going to come around the hair for a little bit of shadow. And we're going to add some shadow there and back there. And then I'm going to, actually, nope, we're going to use some crumb cake, and we're going to hit his horns. And then and I didn't take out my blends, I just left them in my stand. This is light flirty flamingo. We're going to get his ears, and then we're going to do that snout. I know it's a little too pink, but that's okay. He's our cute little cow. And then I'm just filling in his nostrils. All right. And then I'm going to grab my scissors. Hey. Yes, the ovals are dies. We had them, I guess, like my first year, which is, like I said, is 5 years ago. And they got rid of them, and I think they are, like I said, ovals, squares, circles, and rectangles to me are like basic necessities. And I keep my ovals. I use them a lot. I know they're not available. They are available from, other manufacturers. But I think it's a staple that you really should have available. All right, so there's his little head. Quick and easy, right? So let's pull that oval back in. Now this time I'm going to use the dark basic black, and I am going to color in his little spots. Our cows next door, they haven't been in the field, but the Amish couple has had them in their yard, so I've been able to see them at least. All right, I'm going to just grab that light slate gray again. I'm just going to add some shadow. And then I'm going to hit his tail. I'm going to use the light basic black on that first one. Excuse me. And then I'm going to use the dark on the two outside. All right. And we're just going to pull in our old olive scalloped oval. We're going to add some glue. I'm going to put it on here so it's at least straight. And let's grab a dimensional. Here they are. I was going to say I lost them already. And let's get a dimensional. I'm just going to put one right in the center of his head. And we're going to lay it right on his body. And I don't care that it's going over the oval. That's fine. And then we're going to grab some dimensionals. And we're going to pop this up on the front of our card. So yeah, it was a very disappointing birthday. I guess it's que sera, sera, right? All right, so we're just going to add him to the center. And I am going to grab my large check ribbon. And we're going to tie a bow. I think I did cut it a little bit too short, which is fine. I'll show you what I do. When I cut it too short, I'll take it and I'll hold on, make sure it's straight. All right. And then I hold on to it like that. And then I grab my little pokey tool and put it through that loop and hook it and then pull it through. This way I'm not wasting my ribbon because I cut it too short. All right, so we're gonna cut our tails. Let's grab a glue dot. We're just gonna add our ribbon right here off our oval. And there is our first card. Right? Cute. Now for the inside, I almost forgot when I was doing my card. We're going to make sure it is landscape. And I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper. And we're going to grab our grass again. And our old olive. And we're just going to add some grass along the bottom of our layer. And then what else did I do in here? Ah, yes. Let me grab my box again. I have all my, there it is. Oops. I have the little chip and the little flower. All these little tiny pieces in here. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose them. All right, so I'm going to get some memento. And I'm just going to put the whoops. Stamp that flower. And then I'm going to grab this little chick and add that little chick right there. It doesn't look like I added enough memento, but we're going to color in the petals and the beak. And I'm actually going to come under and around his wing. And that was Dark Daffodil Delight. And this is Light Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to fill in the rest of him with Light Lemon Lolly. All right. And then we're going to grab some light. Oh, that's Dark Poppy Parade. I want light. And we're just going to add to that little comb on the top of his head. And then I think for his, oh, I left his head without. So let's grab some seal. And I finally did fill it. Get rid of that. And I believe this is 5 1/4 by 4. You don't have to keep track. I will have the measurements for you in the morning. All right, so let's layer this up. I'm just going to grab my light pumpkin pie and get the center of that flower. And then we're just going to add some glue and add it to the center. All right. So here is our first card. Cute, right? I just love them. Hi, Paula. Well, welcome. Yeah, the cows are adorable, right? Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Sorry, I was I know, there's not too bad. See, I was going to get them done on my birthday, so they would be nice so they would be new for tonight. Didn't even get a chance to do that. Oh well. All right, so now the second card, and let me see, what did I do with it? Here it is. The second card, I have the little cow, but the only thing I stamped was his eyes. So this is what I did. I grabbed and we'll do this first because the card is involved. I grabbed the punch, and I grabbed a scrap piece of basic white cardstock and punched. So all my little pieces, here's his body, his head, his snout. This is his hair tuft and his horns. All right. Everything is in the punch. And I'm just going to fix these. All right. So here are all our layers. Now for the little cow's face, believe it or not, and I'll see if I can show it to you without it being fuzzy. Here, can you see that? That's the cow's eyes. Let me show you on a scrap piece here. So it's actually it's not his eyes. That's his snout. Let me see where his eyes are. I hope I didn't lose them. Let's see, maybe I put them away. These crazy little pieces are so stinking tiny. Let me see. And I had, oh, here they are. I stuck them onto another piece. So that's the snout. And then we have another one. And there's the eyes. Okay, so we got the snout with the lip, the smile, and the eyes. So let's just get this out of the way. And we're going to grab the snout. And I'm going to grab, let's stick with our light flirty flamingo. And we're going to color his snout. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the crumb cake. This is the light, I'm going to do crumb cake. I didn't do it on the card I made. So we're going to color this. These are his horns in crumb cake. All right. Here's his tuft of hair. And I'm going to grab my light smoky slate. And we're going to color in. And I just got ink on my finger. His hair. And then I'm going to grab the light basic black and just add that line, whoops, for that center, okay? And I'm going to grab the light smoky slate again, and I'm just going to add another little line just to blend that out. All right, so that's his tuft of hair. Here's his horns, and here's his snout. So we're going to grab that one stamp with his snout and stamp. All right, so there's his snout. And then we're going to grab his eyes. And I just want to get that snout on there so I can get these eyes on. All right. And I didn't do it on my card I created, but let's give him some little pink patches in his ears. I think I'll actually outline it in black. All right. All right, so there's all his pieces so far. Let's get his face put together. I'm going to make it easier on myself. So we're going to add a little bit of glue for his hair. And you can just watch him. Oh, I did get ink on me. Thank goodness we're putting his snout there. And then we'll add his snout. See, look how cute he is. Oh, did you peel it off, Em? And then we have his horns. So we're going to add a little bit of glue and pick up his head and then set it on his horns. All right, so there's his little face. How cute, right? Building our own little cow. Next, here's his body again. And we are going to grab the dark basic black, and I'm just going to fill in some spots. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. Let's put one here. And I'll put one here. All right. And then we're going to grab the light basic black. And I'm actually just going to add some lines. And then we'll fill it in. And then we're going to use that dark black again for his hooves. All right, so there's his body. I'm going to just add a little bit of shadow to him, of course. So I'm going to just go around his back. Just like that. Then I'm going to grab the color lifter and I'm just going to go over the edge of that so it bleeds a little bit and it won't look so dark. Excuse me. So now we're just going to add a little bit of glue, grab his head, and we'll add his head to his body. All right, so there's our cow. He's all ready for the front of our card. So we have some old olive, 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. And I lost my bone folder. All right. Now we're going to layer it up. I grabbed some Mossy Meadow, and the Mossy Meadow is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I grabbed a piece of old olive, which is 3 3/4 by 5, and a piece of designer series paper the same exact size. All right, ignore the hole for now. They're one full sheet. All right. Then I took a layering square, and I wanted to make sure that I got the layering square in the right spot. So I marked it at about the halfway mark. right here. And then I did the same on the designer series paper because I wanted to get the square inside here as even as I could. So I just laid this, lined up my marks. You can see the marks on my designer series paper, and ran it through the cut and emboss machine. Here's my piece. And I did it in both layers. Now the reason I layered this one up with cardstock is because it's pretty flimsy, and I wanted it to be a shaker card. Okay, and I just want to look to see. So that's how I did that. Now what I want to do is I want to add some glue to this designer series paper, and I want to make sure that I get it all around, and I just want to layer it up on this piece of cardstock just so it is a little sturdier. All right, and I want that window to be even on both sheets because I can always trim my layer, which I'm probably gonna have to just a tiny bit. So give me a second. I just want to trim off a little tiny piece. I don't really want to see the cardstock. All right, so we're layered up. Next, I have a piece of window sheet acetate. I didn't buy the acetate. I use the piece that is in our stamp sets. After I've used all my stamps, I'll put them on this layer here. I keep the strong piece of acetate, clean it with some hand sanitizer, and then I have my window sheet. All right. So I am going to, and we don't have to worry about the designer series paper being over the edge. We're just going to add some glue, grab our window sheet, and we're just going to add it right there to the back. All right. We're going to let that dry. So let's just flip it over. I ended up taking the same layering square that I cut the square out, and then I grabbed the next largest scallop square and laid the smaller one inside the larger one. Okay, used a piece of washi tape to hold it in place and cut out a window frame. All right. Yeah, the little embellishments, right? I've had them, so it was like, well, it's time to use them. All right, so we're just going to add a little bit of glue around the edges, and we're going to, oops, let's get rid of that. We're just going to frame out our window. All right, so there is, we're going to give that a little bit of time to set. All right, so we're going to grab this piece. We're going to put this on the front of our card while that's drying. This is Mossy Meadow. So we're just going to lay that down like that. All right. All right. So now I want to I am going to cut a piece of basic white. Is that wide enough? Yes, it is. And I'm just gonna eyeball it, all right? Because this piece is gonna get put onto this one here, all right? So before we do anything else, I'm just gonna grab my basic white. I know this card is a little bit more involved, but I just figured it was the perfect image or the perfect stamp set for a shaker card. So we're just gonna stamp our flowers. I am gonna grab some old olive and the grass. You probably won't even see it, but we'll know it's there. Okay, so add some grass. We're gonna grab a light old olive blend and color in our leaves. And I'm not being fussy, okay? And then we're gonna grab our dark pumpkin and do that center one. Light pumpkin and do that outer ring. And then we'll grab some dark lemon lolly and color in the petals. Just a quick little color. All right. Now, believe it or not, for the background, did I do pool party? I believe I did do pool party. I'm just going to grab my pool party blend and we're just going to add color to the background. I'm not really too worried if there's streaks because the sky is not solid, right? It's got streaks in it at times. We're just going to go around the sunflowers. And once it dries, the streaks don't look that bad. All right, so there's the sky. And then I am going to grab my light old olive again. And I'm just going to flick some color up from the grass. Just like that. All right. Okay. Now, we want to get an idea, and I'm just going to do this quick and easy. I want that to be in the window, okay? And I'm going to pull this down. Let's pull this grass down a little bit more. All right. And I am going to add a bit of glue. This is the easiest way to get this so it is going to be in your window and on the front of your card in the right spot. So you want to line that up. Okay. So there is the background. All right, so now we can fix our window. Now on this card, I did use dimensionals. Tonight's card, I'm going to use these foam strips because they are a little thicker and it will allow those flowers to move about a little bit better. So we're just going to line this up around the window. Down here. Let's grab another one. As I think I've told you before, these strips are thicker than our dimensionals. And when you put it on, you want to just make sure that you don't leave space at the corners so your little embellishments can come out. So we're going to put it right up against and close that square off. All right. And now that I use these, I'm going to have to use them to pop this up on the front of my card. And I want to make sure that we have enough on here that it is not going to sag, right? We don't want it to sag. So let's put another piece here. And then we'll put another one here. All right. So here is our, and I'm probably doing this backwards, but this is how I found it to be the easiest. There's no really right or wrong way to do it. And I'm just going to take all my papers off. Okay, are they all off? Yes. All right. So now I am going to grab the little daisies. All right. These were these little daisy embellishments. I'm just going to put a couple right in the center. And then I also grabbed the loose silver sequins, and these were from the Let's Go Shopping, just for a little sparkle. Probably added too many. All right. So now that they're in the center, we're going to take our layer, and I'm going to center it on the front of my card. Just like that. And I'm going to, yep, much better. All right. So now we've got to move them. There we go. We got one little bunch right there. Ah, silly card. There it goes. All right. So there is our shakers. All right. Let's grab our little cow. With him, we're going to grab some dimensionals. I'm going to add a couple dimensionals on him. So yeah, that was the easiest way I found to do the shaker front, so we wouldn't get our pieces all over the place. So let's add our little cow. All right. And then I'm going to grab a scrap piece and our sentiment, which says the little things you do make such a big difference. And we're going to ink that up. And then we're going to grab that little flower that we used on the inside of the card. Okay, but before I even do it, I'm going to grab my oval punch. You know, I love my little oval punch. This will be another thing that I will not get rid of. Oh, and I punched it on the wrong one. All right, let's do that again. I meant to do it on this one. There we go. So I'm going to just grab on Butterfingers the flower, and I'm just going to ink the flower. And I'm just going to put the flower around the top. And I probably didn't add enough ink, but that's okay. And then we're just going to color it in. And this is Daffodil Delight. So the first one was Pumpkin. This is Dark Daffodil Delight. All right. And then I'm just going to grab a scrap of Old Olive. See if this will fit. Nope. Gotta go sideways. So I just have another scalloped oval that I'm going to cut in half. And grab my glue. Put a line of glue. Like that. And this side, a line of glue. You had a hard time making the stamp even. The best way to do it is grab your stamp, okay, after you pull it off, and I'll use this. Lay it down, stamp side down, okay? Get your block and pick it up. Instead of trying to put it down and put it on, put it face down and pick it up with your block, and then it'll be straight. All right, that's the easiest and best way to do it. All right, so we got our sentiment. We're going to add some glue, and we're just going to tuck this in right here on the corner. Just like that. Now with this little bow, and I should have made it earlier, but I didn't. I used a fork. And I do it the same way as if I'm doing it on my fingers. Just going to hold it and wrap it. All right. And just be patient with me. This is, you have to have 15 hands. So we're going to take this tail, go through, you need 4 tongs. So we're going through the center. Then we're going to come back up through the center. All right. And we are going to pull this piece forward. So here's our loop. We're going to grab this tail, go to the left side of the opening, pull it through the right hand side, and then you're going to tighten it up and pull it off. Now you'll notice that your loops may be different sizes. You can adjust them. You just have to pull that at that knot. All right, there we go. And then we just hold these down. We're going to cut those tails. I wanted a little tiny bow, so That's why I used a fork. And we're going to grab a glue dot. And we're just going to put it right here. All right. And then with these little embellishments, these little daisies are so cute. We're just going to add a few dots of glue. And we're going to add some of these daisies. All right, so there is the front of our second. Thanks, Paula. All right, and we got a cute little shaker card. Oops, the ribbon. So for the inside, of course, since we have flowers, where is my scrap paper? That's weird. My scrap paper rolled off the table. All right, just grab another one. So we're just going to, let me just make sure. Yep. I'm going to take that flower stamp that we used for the shaker, and I'm going to start on the right hand side, and I'm going to put my flowers low, and then I'm going to stamp them a little higher, and then I'm going to stamp them a little higher, just to add a nice flowered border to the bottom. And then, of course, that's Granny Apple. We don't want Granny Apple. Where's my old olive? That's weird. Oh, here it is. I put it back in the wrong spot. Oh, that's Mossy Meadow. Here's the old olive. All right. So you can leave it black and white, or you can color them. I colored them, and I'm not going to be fussy about it. We're just going to add some color. All right. So that's old olive. Let's see what I did to them. And then we're going to grab the dark pumpkin pie. And we're going to do that center. Oh, I forgot a leaf. I just saw a leaf that I forgot. Right here. All right. And then we're going to grab some dark daffodil delight. And we're just going to add some color to these petals. So it's raining here in Pennsylvania. At least it's rain and not snow. Although we had that 6 inches last week, and by the afternoon it was all gone. Now today it was cloudy all day, and now it's raining. The yard's a muddy mess. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to layer it up 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to add some seal. Just like that. Add some glue. Ooh, it's warm in here tonight. And add it to the center of our card. All right, so there is our shaker. I actually like the foam strips better. They move much better. Isn't that pretty? Sunny and 60. Oh, nice. Yeah, we need to get our boots, that's for sure. Hey, Kathy, I didn't even see you come in. All right, last project is a little milk container. This is a quick and easy milk container. And I am using, believe it or not, these are from 2018, 2020. They were the in colors for that year. And they're these little clips that I've had forever. I love clips. So that is what I'm using for the top of my milk container. All right. So I have a piece of old olive, and it measures 7.5 by 5.5. And it is scored at 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score it at 1 3/4, 3.5, and 4 7/8. All right. So let's just fold and burnish. And this is, like I said, a really quick and easy, look at these papers, they stick to everything, milk container. Instead of going crazy, right? So we're going to fold on these lines, and this one. Now this is going to be our top piece, so I'm going to fold it in the opposite direction. That's this piece right here. All right. So we have this here, and I am going to grab my scissors. Here they are. And we're going to cut out this bottom triangle. All right. And then we're going to cut out this rectangle and this square. And I think I said triangle. I meant rectangle. I'm losing my mind. All right. So we have this one little tab right here at the end. Hey, Mimi Cakes. Hey, Sheila. Now we are going to cut. Here's the top, this little piece. The bottom squares, we're just going to cut up on these squares. All right. And then we have to decide where the front of our box is. So here's our tab that's going to attach our box. So I would say this is the back, this is the front. All right. So here's our front. I am going to remove this rectangle up top, and we're going to cut it down the side. All right. So we're cutting this first flap. Here's the front of the box. This one, we are going to cut out this rectangle. So let's just fold this. So we're going to cut out this rectangle. And then again, we're going to cut down the lines to the next score line. All right. And this is what we're left with. We can fold over our little piece, and you can use tear and tape or glue. I'm going to use some glue. We'll just have to hold it for a minute. And we're going to take our box, fold it in half, and it now should be a perfect square. All right. So we'll let that dry. And that's the back of our box. So we can open it up. Here's the back. So we're going to fold in the back. And I'm going to actually add a bit of glue. Then I'm going to fold in a side. Add a bit of glue. Fold in the other side. And then this is the front. So we're going to fold this piece in, and this is the front, so we have a nice finished edge. I'm just going to open that up a little, and now that it's all glued, I'm just going to push on it. All right, we're going to fold in these pieces, grab our clip, and add our clip. So it's a quick and easy little box milk container. All right. Now we have two little squares. And it is 1 5/8 by 1 5/8 and 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. So we're just going to grab the 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. I'm going to grab the milk container and our little bird again. And I'm going to stamp the bird first because I want him to be on this square right in the center. All right, so there's our bird. I'm going to grab our milk container and I'm going to stamp that so his feet are on the top of that milk container. And then we're going to grab that little flower again. And let's make sure we ink it up good. I'm going to put one there. And one there. And of course, we got to grab that grass and our old olive. Make sure that's the right way. Nope. So let's add some grass. And I'm going to grab some light smoky slate. And we're going to color in the milk container. I'm going to take some dark smoky slate and try to round it out a little bit. This is my light smoky slate again. All right, so there's our milk container. We'll get that little bird going. Let's color him with light lemon lolly. I'll take some daffodil delight, add some dark color. Let's add it to our flowers. And this one is the light pumpkin pie. And then we have some light crumb cake for his head. I forgot his little beak. And then we're using the light poppy parade for his wattle and his comb. Now we're going to go back to, this is light balmy blue. So we're just going to, again, color in the background. looks so dark, but it does dry. Later. All right. And then let's just grab some green. Come in on the bottom. All right. So there's our little chick. Let's add some glue. We're going to layer it up on this basic white. Grab our container. Make sure you got the front. Add some glue. And we'll let that dry. Let's grab our memento again. And where is my scrap piece of paper? It's so, oh, here's my, I was looking for my scrap piece of, here it is. I don't know how it got over there. It's my scrap paper. All right, so we're going to use our piece of basic white scrap, and we're going to stamp congratulations, and we're going to grab my second favorite punch, and we're going to put it so congratulations is down towards the right hand side. Okay, and let's grab our ribbon. Hey Pam, how are you? Thank you. Let's grab some ribbon. Oh, I think I cut it too short again. It's been the story all night, right? Where's my pokey tool? Here it is. No worries. We're going to go through that loop and grab that tail. So we have a nice bow. I'm going to just cut the tails. All right. And what I'm going to do is grab a glue dot. There we go. Here's one. And I'm actually going to add the glue dot to the end of the sentiment and attach my ribbon. This way I can move it so we can see the congratulations. And then I'm going to add a bit of glue to the end and add it right there to the top of the box. I'm just going to hold it for a second. All right. So here's our little box. Here's our shaker card. And then here is our regular card. Our congratulations. So ladies, remember my ordering special for this month. Free PDF for the February craft box. And a free package. Thanks, Paula. A free package of embellishments. If you spend $50, you'll get your celebration, and you'll also be able to pick out a set of blends for free from me. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I will see you. Hey, Cindy. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you hopefully tomorrow at 10 for Fun Fold Friday. I am not 100% sure yet. So I'll let you know first thing in the morning. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.